Good morning. This will be a real short live video. I don't even know if I've got a good cell signal or not. It shows that it's good, but usually that doesn't mean a thing when it's sending up a load live to YouTube. So if anyone joins in here in a second, if you could give me a quick chat if the video is okay. I'm not planning on doing too much today. Luckily, we did not get near the snow they were calling for, but we did get some crazy winds, sustained 30-mile winds, gusts to about 50, 60-ish, so there's some pretty good drifts, 5-6 foot drifts in areas. That's the only reason I'm able to get up here on the roof. It's warmed up quite a bit. We had, boy, it was like negative 10 degrees, negative 39 wind chills for the past few days. The winds finally let up, first time I've really been able to get out. So the reason I'm out here is last week I was working at the neighbors down the road and they called me, but I had an appointment to get to. Morning super roofer, so I couldn't do too much. I told them I'd come back if the weather allowed, so I've only got a little bit of time this morning. Looking at this pipe boot in question here, one down there. I asked the guy if I could do a quick walk over, look at a few things. He said that's fine. So first off, I don't just go up on any roof that's covered. I wanted to check. I got the ladder stuck in the ground with the legs turned into like a spike into the ground, ladder stabilized there, and near the valley so I can kind of straddle the valley. It's not covered in ice. Again, luckily the rain they were calling for before the weather dropped did not come either. So there's not a sheet of ice under this. Nevertheless, you want to be very cautious. It's 412 or so, and it is walkable. So just being cautious. Let me go to chat here real quick. If somebody could give me a quick message, is the chat okay? Or is the video okay, or is it glitchy? Merry Christmas. Yeah, nice ridge cap. It's actually shingles cut. It's not, I mean, I've seen people do it. Does it work? Could it work? Yes, not a fan of it because the seal strips in these, when they fold them, they actually fracture and crack and can, depending upon when it was done. Video's fine, cool. I'll try not to move too awfully much. Last time it cut out. So yeah, that's the only reason why I'm able to get up here is because it is not covered in slickness. Now I'm not just going to go trucking down here. Otherwise I'm going to slide my way down, and if I do slide, I'm diving for that pile of soft snow. So why I'm here is the pipe boot seal. He was concerned about this. Back in the summertime, handful of months back, he had a supposed contractor repaired some shingles down there and was supposed to come back and do something to this. The history on the roof I know is the owner said it's about a 20-year-old roof. The pipe boot I doubt was replaced. Well, I'm sorry, repaired since the roof. I think this is the original they put in. In my opinion, it should have been tucked one more under at least. The problem is, you got this keyway right above it. Oh, it looks like they did put a little tab in there. Sorry about that. I'm not a fan of the face nails down the side because water can go under those. Anyway, the things I want to point out is the rubber seals here, those are typically the Wink Link. What we're going to do is just put a secondary cover over it to seal that on this one. I'm not really going to address anything down here because it is wet and nasty and cold. But the other thing is your vent pipes. I wanted to find out from him because typically when you have a vent pipe coming through the roof, it usually inside the attic, right when it comes out of the heated wall area, they will expand to about a 3-inch or so. The reason being is they start to frost up, it still allows a channel for the air to blow through and vent through. Being that this was a smaller pipe in my area, they're typically high efficient furnace pipes. So I wanted to immediately check with him if he had any furnace issues. He's full electric here, so rule that out. Just warned him that he could possibly hear some gurgling when he flushes the toilet. Might want to pour a little water down your P-traps. If they dry, you smell, sewer smells from the septic. So I told him I tried to break this, and it's not super full actually. It is pretty full of snow and some freezing around it. Again, it's not the end of the world. Let's see if I can ram a stick down there. And then we're just gonna do a real quick general walkover of this roof. I just happen to see this. That doesn't look too good. It's not coming out here. I wanna look down here. We're gonna talk about this valley in a minute too. How's everybody's afternoons doing? Everybody enjoy their Christmas? There's another one very similar. It's not cracked up here. It looks like it's sagged down just a little bit. It's typically when you see that steel and it pulls down, it's because the pipe's settling. I need my stick. Let me open that up real quick for him. Oop, there's another little one. Cautious. it's kind of broke free. Anyway, all right, let's go over here. 13 in chat? Nobody at work today? Or y'all on lunch? All right, so the owner stated to me that it was a contractor that did this, and that looks like a pretty horrible repair for being a contractor. But then again, what do I know? I'm just a roofer. It looks like they laid, and they're all frozen, stuck up here. Looks more like an emergency patch than anything. Looks like it did get through there. Could be face nailed. Kind of hard to see. Damn, my hands are getting cold. That's all I see. Again, I'm not gonna just go wandering down here because I don't want to go for a ride. But I did see something down here I already went down and looked at, and then I saw that and talked to the homeowner about that. Given the temperature out, that it looked like he's got some heat rising through, so a bathroom shower fan or fan, something in there. So I wanted to ask him about that, maybe check your insulation in that general area, because I've seen before where you notice something like that in the winter, over time you'll develop little moldy black spots on the ceiling just inside, and that's usually a condensation issue and temperature because of lack of insulation. So let's go look at that real quick. And on the way down, valleys. This valley's, in my opinion, is roofed backwards, wrong. Incorrect here. So usually the rule of thumb is whatever ridge is lower, we would roof that side lower and lace the bottoms. In a case like this, it changes pitch, facet, slope, the pitch changes. So it changes an angle in the valley here and how this is cut. We would roof the lower side up, lace the bottom piece of the valley here, make sure it's all flash, which it's not. Then the lower slope section would go first, crossing up the slightly steeper side, causing a good trough. Then this section over the front garage dormer would come over, and then again lace right here, and then transition since this ridge is higher, kind of like you got right here. Not how it's roofed up all the way up, because any water coming down rushing this cut valley can actually, on a flatter section, run off of the shingles that cross under. Not necessarily going to happen, but just a good rule of thumb. That's kind of the process we use. I'll go over that here in a second. So what do we have here? A bucket of tar. No flashing, and we actually have a hole into the attic where you can see into there. Chances are it's not a major leak because there is a little bit of an overhang, and it's on the northern side, so you don't get really wind-driven rain into that area. Nevertheless, it's not good. Typically when you see tar, it's not good. It more than likely has been leaking a little bit, which is what caused it to get soft and sink down, and that's why the tar is broke free. I imagine it was probably up higher. So I told him in a pinch what I would recommend doing is getting some flashing and something to divert this out until you get better weather to do repair, or evaluate the roof and see if it's possible that it might be on its last leg and need to be redone, because it is at least 20 years old. So when I went in to talk to him, door right over my ladder there, and speaking to him, I could see and I noticed a attic access hatch right here. So that's the culprit for this. You're getting a lot of radiant heat working its way through due to the lack of insulation over those ladders, usually is what causes that. So in a case like that, if you're really cautious, what I've seen people do, what I would recommend, depending upon how much insulation you have in your attic, build a little box around it, because you got to have room for the ladder to fold up before the thing swings in, so it raises up. But if you can do that just high enough, then you could put a big bat of insulation or a foam over the top of that to help cut back the draft and the cold transfer there. Oh, my hands are getting ready to go numb. Let's see if the flashing on this is... can't see. It looks like it comes out on top of the headlamp of this one. Nevertheless, the other one was pretty bad. See if anything's going on in chat here real quick. Fun times, yes. Hit that button all. Please. Oh, the thumbs up. Is that what you're saying? Number one. Appreciate that, Kit Coins. Kit Coins, I wonder if you're new to the channel. If you are, welcome. And I wonder if, just curious, if you might be here from the coin machine I made, because I posted that to a page or another YouTuber's, Paul McWhorter. And actually I had quite a bit of engagement from totally outside of the roofing community, so I appreciate that. If you guys could, give it a thumbs up. I'm doing this for you guys. At least what little bit I can. I may not be 100% correct on everything I do, and I may not know everything, because like that old saying goes, when it comes to fighting, there's always somebody better than you. So If I'm wrong or I don't know, I'll usually admit it and ask you guys' opinion to correct me if I don't know something. So I'm just asking. Quick thumbs up since I'm not doing this for you guys. I don't know. I'll try to release a quick short video today. It was of a house I did down there last week, the emergency walkover, and I announced the fact that I was getting a Hummer, one of my dream vehicles. Hopefully within a week or two, I'll be able to show you guys that. But this week will probably be a little slow on content too, because I want to be hanging out with my family. The weather's crap. There's not much going on. Although it is supposed to warm up to almost 50 here next week, or later this week. Got any questions real quick before I wind her down here? Kitcoin, yes, that was you. You saw that video? Appreciate it. A new one, actually, if you're into the Arduino stuff, I got a question for you. So I made another one where it just uses a laser sensor and it passes through coins, and I'm trying to count all the copper coins, just as another little project hanging with my little girl. Problem is the process in my code is probably not a very tight loop, because they can't be any closer than about 3 inches for it to sense the next one, so you can get false misreading. So I guess I need to look that up in my free time, how to make it a tighter loop. I don't know, if you're into Arduino stuff, let me know. Rich Smith, that name sounds really familiar. Hummer time. I've seen your name in the comments here lately. Chris, how's it going? Everybody likes the Hummers. Yeah, I've seen some people that do nothing but cover Hummer content, and their channels have actually grown rather well. So if you missed that video, it is a 2002 AM General M1097A2, so it's a little old, but not some of the older ones. It does have the overdrive. It's going to be pretty sweet. I've got new top and seats and turning it into a 4-door. It's going to be pretty badass, and I got some plans of what I want to do with that with the company for 2023. So follow along if you are new, smash the thumbs up, give it a quick gentle ring of the bell, and subscribe so you're notified when those videos come out. Alright, I gotta get busy. I want to throw this on real quick and get down to the truck warm up real quick. He wants me to look at one piece of soffit over on the end, and then I'm heading home to switch out so my wife can go to work. Until next time, be safe. We'll see you on the next video, and if it's not filmed between now and New Year, Happy New Year. Have a good one. Be safe. Thanks for watching.